Makes
Okay.
sense. Okay, we're on stream.
Okay.
You ready, Riku?
Yep. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and
Alright,
she's going.
good luck.
So, this is Sonic Robo Blast 2, which Blaze is running. Blaze, also known as mutedforeverkitten in Twitch. Sonic Robo Blast 2 is a Doom modification, which is still in development. And this is a map pack made by Kuja, which Blaze is trying to get through as fast as possible. And this was the first act already. It's short, but the later ones are actually much long. The first trick in this second map is a waterfall bounce. I mean, if you bounce in something underwater and you get back, you get some extra jump height. And as you could see here as well, she's using speed shoes because speed shoes are faster than even talking in this game. Speed talks would be actually Sonic's threat to get around otherwise. And here she got other speed shoes again. So, something that you will see in a moment is a hyperwall trick. Hyperwalls are in this game diagonal walls that let you go faster if you lean on them. Actually, she was forced to use another route, so we are not going to see it in this level, but later, I guess. So, we are arriving in the boss act of this level. The boss is actually relatively simple. You just have to hit it repeatedly before it hits you. Actually, it got an invincibility bug, which is 1 of 10, I guess. 1 in 10. And she's using the red arrows because the run is actually the red levels. In the red levels on this map pack, red levels are the harder and longer ones. There's also the blue series, which is shorter and usually easier. So Blaze Canyon 1, named after the runner Blaze Kappa. As you could see, she bounces on those crawlers to get some height, because in this map you often get forward by staying as high as possible. And that's what she's doing by those bounces. Skipping the unnecessary platforming. And now Blaze Canyon 2. Blaze Canyon 2 is different than the Act 1 because this has some different gimmicks like these elevators that you have to spin on to get them go upwards. It also has those crusher-like things where those platforms floors go up and ceilings go down. So there we skipped an elevator. Elevators usually work in cycles and they therefore are unnecessary to wait for. As Tyria said, don't get blazed in Blaze Canyon. So in this part the player has to spin to get enough speed for this jump here. Spinning is the fastest Sonic can get without those buggy walls. And now she was waiting for a lava cycle to do one of the hugest skips in this mode, but no, the crawler didn't want to die yet. So that's not the biggest possible time loss in this map pack, but good try. This game is actually pretty neat indeed. You can download it from srb2.org. And yeah, of course this run is pretty neat. This is a boss from the original Sonic Robo Blast 2 in a new environment, and now she got invincibility monitor that allowed her actually to rape the rest of the boss when it has 3 lives left. So, Aquatic Labyrinth Zone. This is exactly what the name says. There's a lot of underwater parts, and pretty much every part has actually at least something to do with water. And yeah, underwater it's especially underwater it's important to succeed in the runs, because if you do slight mistakes you may fall and either drown or lose some time for getting air bubbles. But the Blaze has actually cleared those first sections with single breath. What Tyrius is talking about in the chat. This whole game is a modification from Doom, and there's a huge community, huge, tens of people, doing stuff in this game like levels, characters, enemies, stuff. Actually some extra modes too. Back to the rerun. Now we are soon going to a big room with some buttons that activate a door and other buttons that activate the water to rise. You want the water to rise because it makes the level possible to clear Sonic. The springs work better underwater. Yeah, there are dozens of us, okay. Thanks for correction. Aquatic Labyrinth 2 is a factory level, and you have to spend a lot of time in this green goop that doesn't do actually anything but actually makes your vision foggier. But in software mode it's a little harder than in OpenGL mode that Blaze is actually using. So this game has two rendering modes. Software mode is the one with 256 colors, and OpenGL mode is the one that works better on modern systems, computers usually. As you can see, the springs are pretty effective underwater. Underwater those bounce blaze like 2 times higher than on the ground. These are parts that automatically put you in the right direction with some cool effects. Like spinning underwater is cool. And yeah. This map is done in like 3 minutes pretty often. A little past 3 minutes. There's actually just one run so far that has gone under it. Third attempt succeeded in the elevator skip. This is one of the only parts in which Blaze can actually rest or chat or do some adjustments. And now he's using the echo, saying, "Hi chat, Kappa." Well, and use the crawler to skip some more elevators. As I said before, elevators are slow, they use cycles. And this is only like 10 seconds behind her PB 308. So pretty good Aquatic Labyrinth too. So we are arriving to the boss act of Aquatic Labyrinth, and in speedrunning the strategies are a little different than casually. I mean, in speedrun you don't care about rings. I mean, you have to have rings, but you don't care about getting hurt. You just have to dive in this hurting goop and fight the boss in there. as she does. No debts. And now we are getting into Forgotten Groove. A jungle zone. Forgotten Groove has a lot of parts, and this is the route that it seems to be the fastest one at the moment, and maybe the fastest one to actually exist. It's been in development for quite some time. Needless to say, this game has been in development for a while. Like, I think this game is older than me. And still in development. Also, what's going on in the run is that you are going to witness some power of these chains that instantly boost your speed upwards or forward or anywhere you use them to go. And this is the phase step skip. You get bounced into the ceiling of the map in just seconds and skip a whole room of platforming. I haven't said anything about Blaze as speedrunner. She has been running this game for about 2 years, and she has higher records as any character in many mods and the game maps as well, and many single segment records as well. And this is one of the ones that she has definitely been practicing for. 227. This has to be one of her best in that map, at least in single segment runs. Going well. Here we have to use a chain to boost you instantly up on those walls that you use as a good speed route. Those flamethrowers should be avoided. This mod has some of those white things that boost player speed upwards for some reason, as effectively as springs. And what she used time for is a whirlwind shield. In long run, it makes the runs faster, because whirlwind shield allows you to do a kind of double jump. And it also helps you to adjust the height of those spring jumps. You can immediately almost stop the speed, the vertical speed. And use it actually even to boost the spring jumps like she did. there was actually a save by Windshield, going off a platform and coming back. Anyway, now we arrive in RNG the boss. Yep, RNG the boss. In this boss act, Eggman goes in those tunnels and comes in some of these 5 pipes, and you cannot see which one he is coming to, which makes this boss a little RNG. And you hope it to come into the middle pipe, because middle pipe is the fastest. In the middle part, it travels the shortest possible distance, so that's the optimal one. And what she's doing in these pipes is spinning on them and trying to hurt Eggman with spin attack right at the time when he comes into a pipe. And now that the boss has 3 lives left, its last phase, where there are 2 fake Eggmans and 1 real one. The fake Eggmans have a little balloon-like shape, and if you hit them, you just get bounced away. So you want to hit that right one before it goes back into those stuck dungeons. And now, Arctic Ravine. This is one of my favorite maps to watch, because this includes so many speedrun techniques. First of all the use of the Whirlwind Shield's double jump abilities. Speed shoes that even boost your abilities to do better and better skips. And here comes the elevator. Actually, the elevators make the Whirlwind Shields even more efficient. If you go out from an elevator that is going upwards, the player keeps going upwards as well, and if you use the Whirlwind Shield, it gets some extra power as well, like in here. You can basically fly around the map with those elevators. And there she actually did those wall leaning tricks again, hyper walls. Boost the speed a little. Here you can see a weird part in Arctic Ravine. Bang your head in the ice until it breaks. But otherwise this level is actually pretty cool. As this slide, she's actually going to go to slide backwards, because later you would actually have to use that slide from another place. So it's just faster to go back up the slide. The solution is obvious. Slam your head in the ceiling repeatedly. Really only good can come of this yet. This is a little hard trick. Using the crushers to get upwards. And what's so risky in that is if you exit too early, you won't get enough height because the platforms are too low. If you exit too late, you get crushed. But we were almost seeing a cool robot bounce skip, which is Bubbly going to do now, or I think that's why she retried, resetted the level. And did that Russia skip again. And now she's going to succeed, yes. Bounce on those robots. I mean that robot. To skip some platforming parts. There we saw it. And that crossover part, she did it for excitement. The close call. Yeah, this is actually a custom boss made by Sephiroth. In this game, there's a Sonic object configuring language that allows you to make these bosses, but I'm not sure if this is done with that or Lua language that this game has as well. But anyway, what the boss does is shooting fire and ice. Fire hurts you immediately and ice gets you stuck, so that Eggman could burn you. Yeah, now we are going to the last zone of this map pack, Sandtrap Dunes. What's cool in this map pack is that it's pretty huge for a Sonic Robo Blast pack. There are some packs like Mystic Realm and Tortured Planet, but still, 7 3 level zones in red levels and 5 more zones in those blue levels. And the levels are not any short either. This map pack has been updated lately, even though it has been popular like at least 8 years ago. When this was huge as well, even then. And pretty fluent sign in Act 1. Act 2. This is inside a pyramid. And this has some bottomless pits that you don't want to get dropped into because you would die immediately. That's darkness down there. Soon there's a hyperwall place again here. You can just see the speed boosting. activating those elevators. Show them what true speed really is. She showed with that hyper wall. Sometimes the hyper walls can actually get pretty neat. I have seen her doing a test map in which she got a speed that was over 10 times faster than the spin speed of Sonic, which would be the maximum speed otherwise. Anyway, in the last room of this level, we are going to the final boss fight. The final boss fight is relatively short for a final boss fight. The boss has 8 lives and it takes about 20 or 25 seconds if you use the speed strats. The speed strats is to hit the boss rapidly and trying to not get crushed by that mill. Still staying upwards in here. Okay. She got dropped, but at least she didn't get crushed, so that's positive. Also, that floor is spiky, so that's another little obstacle in this level. Yeah, great run. Anyway, that was Blaze running Emerald Isles.
Was I supposed to stop the timer?
Yeah, the time has stopped.
Alright, well, it was around the 31:40 something, probably like that. I missed that.
Okay, that's only like 2 minutes from PB, which is also the world record.
Is there anything you'd like to say before you go?
Yeah, thanks for letting us here. Letting Blaze run, and me too, in the comment